It is the night that should deliver the coup de grace to Donald Trump's campaign to hold on to the White House. A curfew has come into effect after a night of violence. Donald Trump's supporters massed outside Congress and then forced their way in, leading to the suspension of the session, which was due to confirm Joe Biden as the next president. One person has been killed after being shot inside the Capitol, and improvised explosive devices have been found. The chaos followed senior Republicans, including the vice president, making clear they would not overturn the results of the presidential election.
It was literally an attack on democracy. Supporters of Donald Trump scuffling with police inside the United States Capitol. Outside, thousands have besieged the building. Even at a time when everything seems remarkable in American politics, these are astonishing scenes. Inside the chamber, security personnel with guns drawn at the windows. Members of Congress sheltering in place on the floor. People taking what they could as souvenirs. At least one person was shot, critically injured, police say. Others were injured in the clashes. The chaos and violence indicative of a country riven and a slice of the population unwilling to accept defeat. They'd been sent on their way by a president almost 2 weeks to the moment when he'll leave the White House for the final time, continuing to make the case he didn't really lose at all.
Now it is up to Congress to confront this egregious assault on our democracy. And after this, we're going to walk down, and I'll be there with you. We're going to walk down. We're going to walk down anyone you want, but I think right here, we're going to walk down to the Capitol. And we're going to cheer on our brave senators and congressmen and women. And we're probably not going to be cheering so much for some of them.
What he called the evidence has already been debunked, but as he was speaking, his own vice president was taking his place in Congress for what's usually a formality of certifying his and Trump's defeat. Would he adhere to the Constitution or bow to Trump's pressure to somehow try and overturn the election? We got our answer before he started speaking.
Is my statement out?
Yes, sir, it is.
Is my statement out, he says. That statement that he did not have the authority to reject the votes. Still, plenty of Republicans continue to object.
Is the objection in writing and signed by a senator?
Yes, it is.
It is.
It would mean hours of debate, but the outcome is inevitable, and senior Republicans now defying Trump.
If this election were overturned by mere allegations from the losing side, our democracy would enter a death spiral.
It wasn't long after the process was suspended because of the violence outside.
Let me be very clear. The scenes of chaos at the Capitol do not reflect a true America, do not represent who we are. What we're seeing are a small number of extremists dedicated to lawlessness. This is not dissent. It's disorder. It's chaos. It borders on sedition. And it must end now.
The calls for calm from the president came long after the violence had started.
I know your pain. I know you're hurt. We had an election that was stolen from us. It was a landslide election, and everyone knows it, especially the other side. But you have to go home now. We have to have peace. We have to have law and order. We have to respect our great people in law and order. We don't want anybody hurt.
But never has the anger and division in America been quite so direct. And 2 weeks out from this place hosting what should be the peaceful transition of power, what are the chances all of this ends with Donald Trump's presidency? Greg Milam, Sky News, Washington.